Here we go then. Quadratic equations where the x squared term has a coefficient bigger than 1 and there are negative numbers as well. This is about as tough as it gets. So let's have a look. Bring out the thing that you are using from the question so you know what you're dealing with. Okay, the question tells me I'm going to do factorising, so that means I want a multiplication grid where some multiplication can take place. X squared term, straight into the correct box. Constant term, straight into the correct box. Find factors of the coefficient of x. 3 is 1 times 3. Find factors of the constant term. Treat it as 5 for the moment, not negative 5. So far, so much the same. Now, I need again to pair numbers from here with numbers from here. This time, instead of adding to make the middle number, this time they're going to subtract to make the middle number. So it might be 1 times 1, which is 1, and 3 times 5, which is 15, and then a subtraction. 15 take away 1 is 14. No, it's not that. Or it might be 1 times 5 is 5, and 3 times 1 is 3. 5 take away 3 makes 2. Yes, it's that. So I am going to put 3 with the 1. 3 times 1 makes 3. And I'm going to put the 1 with the 5. 1 times 5 makes 5. So if I put 3x here, it needs to multiply by 1. So there's going to be a 1 there. 3 times 1 gives me 3x. And if I put the 1x here, it needs to multiply by 5. So I'm going to put 5 here. 5 times 1x is 5x. These two terms now need to combine to make 2x. And as I said before, when we only had a 1 in front of x squared, this sign will go with the bigger number. 5 is bigger than 3, so it's going to be positive 5x, positive 5 here, which means that this is going to be negative 3x and negative 1 here. And then hopefully you can see that when we combine 5x and negative 3x, we get 2x here. And I'm going to put a ring around not just the 2 but the plus as well to emphasize that this is positive 2 plus 2, add 2, not just 2. Okay, extra emphasis there. So what have I got? Well, I do a bit of copying now. 3x add 5 times by 1x take away 1 is 0. Same as before. Either the first term is 0 or the second term is 0. If it's the first term that's 0, if it's 3x add 5 that's 0, then I need to get the x on its own. Add 5 was the last thing that happened. That's the first thing I'm going to get rid of by taking away 5 from both sides. And maybe I'm just going to put in take away 5 here and take away 5 here. Okay, so what have I got now? I've got 3 times by my number is negative 5. I don't want that times by 3, so get rid of it. How do you get rid of a times by 3? You do the inverse of times by 3. You divide by 3. If you divide by 3 on one side, you divide by 3 on the other side. What does that give me? Well, it gives me negative 5 divided by 3. And I could leave it like that. If you do prefer to go further, then we can say that x is, well, what is negative 5 divided by 3? Well, ignore the minus sign. 5 divided by 3. How many times does 3 go into 5? It goes in once. 1 3 is 3, so there are 2 left over. That's 2 still to be divided by 3. 1 2/3. Then remember, it's negative divided by positive, so the answer is negative. Okay. Or, a lot simpler, if x take away 1 is 0, x is 1. There you go. Bit tougher, eh? Give it a go. See how you get on. Pause the video while you're doing it, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, let's have a go at this then. Pull the equation out of the question, so it's not buried in amongst all the text. You can see it nice and clearly. I know I need to factorise it, so I'm going to use a multiplication grid. X squared term, bang it in straight away. Constant term, bang it in straight away. Look for factors of 2. 2 is 1 times 2. Look for factors of 7, not negative 7, just 7. 1 times 7. And now I've got to partner one of these with one of these and the other pair together. I need numbers that are going to create 5. Don't worry that it's negative 5, just 5. So a little bit of trial and error. Okay, 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 7 is 14, 14 take away 1 is 13, it's not that. 1 times 7 is 7, 2 times 1 is 2, 7 take away 2 is 5, that's our pairing. So put the 2 with the 1, 2 times 1 gives me 2. Put the 1 with the 7, 1 times 7 is 7, and 7 take away 2 will give me that 5 in the middle. So this 2x, I'm pairing it up with 1. So I'm going to put 1 there, so I've got 2 times 1 gives me 2. This 1x, is going with 7. So 1x here, I need to put 7 here, so I get 7 times 1x gives me 7x. I'm not worrying about the sign yet, only about the size of my two numbers. And I can see that if I do 7x take away 2x, I will get 5x. Only it's not 5x, it's negative 5x. I need the 7 and the 2 to make negative 5. Well, that's going to be 2 take away 7, not 7 take away 2. Or, as I've told you before, put this sign in front of the bigger number. So it's going to be minus 7x, not minus 2x. If that's minus, that makes that minus. These then must be plus. So, dragging out what we've got from here then. Here is 2x take away 7. Here is 1x add 1. And 2x take away 7 times by 1x add 1 is equal to 0. Now for the magic, something times something is 0. One of them's 0. Well, either it's that one, or it's that one. All right. 2x take away 7 equals 0. A number times 2 and take away 7 is 0. The last thing that happened was take away 7. That's the first thing we get rid of. So, how did I get rid of take away 7? I did the inverse of take away 7, and I did it on both sides. So, add 7 on here, and I get 7. 2x equals 7. A number times 2 is 7. I don't want my number times by 2. Get rid of the times by 2. How? Well, the inverse of times by 2 is divide by 2. If you divide by 2 on one side, you divide by 2 on the other side. What does that give me? It gives me 7 divided by 2. And I can leave it like that if I want. On the other hand, I can say, well, what is 7 divided by 2? Well, 2 is going to 7 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. I've got one of the 7 left, still to be divided by 2. So x is 3.5. Or, if x add 1 is 0, x must be negative 1. This is so much easier, isn't it? Right, that's about it. Okay, the summary is basically the same as on the previous video, but just a quick reminder of negative numbers. If you multiply two positive numbers, you get a positive answer. If you multiply two negative numbers, you get a positive answer. If you multiply a positive by a negative, or a negative by a positive, you get a negative answer. So if these are the same, it's positive. If they're different, the result is negative. And it works the same with division. Negative divided by negative is positive. Negative divided by positive is negative. Okay, hope that helps. Give it a go, see how you get on. Come back to me when you've tried a few questions and say, sir, can you explain this in a little bit more detail? All right. Bye for now. See you soon.